What is going on, guys? I'm Brian, and welcome to some Tom Clancy's The Division gameplay. Today I wanted to walk you through the first, well, technically two missions, and there's these little things called encounters in the game, which are pretty much your side missions that we're fixing to run into right now. I will say I did skip ahead of the intro. There's not a huge story beat that happens in the intro, and then it's followed by literally 9.5 minutes of walking. So yeah, I went ahead and skipped the boring part of running and get right into the action. So right here you'll see I'm going into a encounter here where I have to help these JTF officers, and there's plenty of other encounters too. There's hostage rescue situations where you gotta take out the enemies and find a key and release the hostages. And then there's also like storm enemy strongholds and just other stuff like that. And this is pretty much the first encounter you encounter because it's on the way to your first mission here, which is to establish a base of operations, which is an abandoned post office. Quite a big post office too, I might add. And you'll see I have to take it back from enemies like this. But right now I'm gonna do most of the work for these JTF officers and take out all these guys for them. I'd also like to add there is a character creation mode in this game, but for the beta's sake, they only let you like randomize certain facial features and stuff. I guess they didn't want you to get too attached to the character you created because this is a beta, and once you do get the game, you'll be starting from scratch again. So, as you can see, I did make a girl, but this isn't necessarily how I would make my character. It's just one of the preset faces they gave me for the beta. Apparently, you will be able to make your create your character the way you want to. So I finished off those guys, and I'm gonna be going to the post office here in a little bit and taking it back. Alright. These guys seem like they need a little bit of help, so let's go help them out. We have our abandoned post office here. This is also another little thing you can do in the game. There's civilians that are always needing help with either food or medikits or whatnot, and you can give them this stuff, and sometimes they'll drop really good loot. Like right there, I got a weapon camo, so I can make my weapon look cooler if I wanted to. Other times they'll just throw down stuff like gloves that have no armor at all, so kind of useless stuff that you don't really need. So it's kind of a roll of the dice on whether or not you'll get something good for them. And we're gonna take this bad boy back. Right now, since the beginning of the game, I got basic gear, basic guns, all that good stuff. So, nothing too spectacular. Right here, I do appreciate that the game shows you where the grenade's area of effect is. That red circle is it. Unfortunately, I ran right into it. I thought that was just a smoke grenade, and no, it's more of like a gas grenade where you actually get disoriented if you're in that little area. There we go. Hopped out of the way that time. You have these more elite enemies, like you'll see right here, this guy over here with the yellow bar, and he has the white segments on the yellow bar. These guys have armor, that's what the white segments are. And a lot of the times, these yellow ones, and you'll even see purple ones later, or I'm not sure, maybe this segment you won't, but a different video I'll show you. I think those are different like difficulty levels of enemies, and hint at what they may drop. I think if you see right there, yeah, he dropped a green item, which is a fairly common loot drop. Blue's a bit higher, and I think there's even purple as well. And like the most common is like a grayish white color. There we go. Yeah, they just extended this beta. It was supposed to end today at 6 a.m. and they extended it a whole 24 hours. So tomorrow is the last day at 6 a.m. my time, and then it'll be over. There's talks about there's ramblings about there being an open beta later this month. If there is, I'll be excited to hop back in, especially before the release date, which is March 8th. And yeah, this game is definitely something I'm going to get into a lot. I'm after playing this beta and comparing it to the terrible beta that was Rainbow Six Siege's, like they definitely knew they had to deliver with this beta and this game all along. But yeah, they really delivered. There was never any sort of hiccups or anything like that. You'll see I'm picking up some of this loot right here. But there was no network hiccups. There was only one time where it seemed like the game crashed, and I believe it was as I was joining a group, it crashed. So that's the one problem I only had network-wise in this game. Playing on PS4, of course. And we finally got this base. We got it. We took it back, and you know, now we just got it's a ragtag group of soldiers. But let me skip ahead this part because it does take a little long, and I'll skip right ahead to the very first like real mission that you do. Alright, and we're back, and we're here at the Madison Field Hospital, which we're going to go get a doctor out of. She's being held up by a bunch of enemies, and we gotta go rescue her. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. These gentlemen are gonna blow open the door for me, and we're on our way inside. Yeah, cover my back. Wusses. Right here. One thing I didn't show. Oh, I don't think I even assigned it yet. Oh, no. Because that's after this mission, actually. And we have a bunch of enemies coming down here. All level 4-ish. So, the same level I am, pretty much. And we're going to try to take these guys out. Looks like we got them. I know there was one point, I think, the first time I ran through it, there was one instance where I got overthrown. We'll go up here. Things you should know about the game. It is online all the time, from what I understand. they don't use the words mass MMORPG, but it very much is, especially once you get into the dark zone and it's the pretty much PvP area that doesn't really have to be PvP if you don't want. You can group up with a bunch of people and just get loot together and run around having a good time. As well as all of these missions here, you can replay with, you can team up and replay with enemies and even jack up the difficulty to make it a little harder for you guys. And as well as getting better loot whenever you jack up the difficulty. And I really do think they nail the RPG mechanics in this game. Yeah, I just really like it all around. I like the loot system. I like grabbing better loot, getting better armor gear, getting better guns. It's just a really fun game. Let's see right here. Go ahead and restock. Did I do it? Yeah. And I think this is one of the parts where I get messed up at. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I do. I don't think I really knew. There's different skills that you get. You can only use 2 at a time. You can equip 2, you know, and R1 right there, you'll see like above the little cross with the 2, you'll see a little icon that looks kind of like a thumbprint or something like that. And that skill actually not only increases my critical hit damage, but highlights all the enemies, which I don't think I even tried in my first run around because I didn't really know. Oh, jump out of the way. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and take these guys out. I don't think, this might not be the part where I got messed up at. I'm not sure. There we go. I ran into that gas again. Really messes with your vision and sight even, or hearing rather. Yeah, I did get messed up right there. Okay. Load times are kind of 50-50. Right here you see I'll load up real fast, but whenever you load up the game, at first, that takes a while. Which I guess is a little understandable. It is a pretty big map they are loading, and that's just the map they're loading for the beta. There's actually a lot of parts you can't even get into from the beta. I think I was trying to be sneaky here. By throwing a grenade, I guess. Never mind. These guys are getting all wigged out. Shot the dude before he had a chance to throw his grenade, so he ran. Another guy ran into the gas and got all disoriented himself. Try to get these guys while they're up high so they don't run towards me. That guy just say that's the worst aim I've ever seen. Screw him. Killed your ass there, didn't I? Take these guys out. It was a few waves. So I think it was this wave, and then I think there's even one more afterwards. Get this guy through the smoke. Oh, nope. I guess I didn't. So yeah, I was telling you guys. Okay, here's a example of the purple grids. You'll see they're a little bit tougher to kill, and they also have armor, which is the white pieces of their health bar. Now, did I throw that grenade, or did one of his buddies and screw up? I wasn't. Oh, shoot. Kind of got a little overrun here, so let's see if I can finish these guys off. Shoot, I didn't reload there. There we go. I think that's almost it. Oh, this guy real quick. Was there any more? Okay, yeah. Not exactly sure what hospital has a basketball court. But okay. Maybe in New York. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe they converted it into a hospital. Maybe that's what it was. No, there it is. It says Sarah Field Hospital. But there she is talking about watching games. Yeah, they must have converted it to a hospital. That must have been what happened. I wasn't even thinking about that the first time I was playing through the game. But yeah, that is odd. Yeah, whenever the outbreak happened, I guess they converted this building into a hospital. Has to be. Okay, these different grenades you have. And here's where we're going to help this lady out. There's a bunch of guys here. And I think this is another part where I do end up getting killed one time at least. If I remember correctly, a guy and a guy with a baseball bat runs up behind me. And I didn't really notice him. Try to pick off as many of these guys on this side as you can, and then work your way to the other side. Ooh. There we go. I finally used that skill. It'll tell you how many, and whenever they go behind walls, you'll still be able to see them. Screw you, you're the one getting finished off. My aim was terrible right there. And we're gonna head our way to the other side. Right here, I kind of got a little confused for a second. And this pretty much where I get messed up right here the first time around. Right there. Yep. There's that damn bastard with his baseball bat. Yep, came over right behind me and got me. So, that time I made sure to look out for that guy. You'll see. Got that dude. Bam! There's that guy with that baseball bat. Got him that time. You just gotta pick off the rest of these guys. This game also uses the speakers on the controller. So like, whenever there's a wave and then there's like a second and then another wave comes, it'll usually be like, warning, additional hostiles detected, or if you're going into like a highly contaminated area, it'll warn you that, and such, which I actually really like it when games end up using the speakers on the controller. It's different, but cool. Almost all of Transistor was pretty much the story of Transistor was pretty much told to me with the speakers on the controller, really. Got another little gun there. Oh. And here's where you can pretty much compare what you have and decide if you want to loot it or not. There we go, we got a quick release magazine we picked up from one guy. And we're fixing to go to pretty much the final showdown here against a big wave, a big group of enemies, I would say, and then kind of a boss enemy, which I forget the name right now, what they call these boss enemies. It'll probably pop up on the screen when you see them. They call them like nemesis enemies or something like that. But they're the ones that are always named, and they usually have like a really badass weapon, and usually are the ones who drop fairly good loot as well. This one, for example, has a minigun pretty much, which you don't get to pick up, but he does drop some pretty good loot. And this final showdown is a no respawn area, so if you do die, you get well, you do get to respawn, but you have to pretty much start this encounter over again. I replayed this mission on hard, and I had a team with me, and then they left. and I got stuck on this last encounter. And I think the named guy is on top of the building, or he shows up later. Oh, jump! Trying to stay as far away from these guys as possible, because when they run up on you, it's a lot harder to get them. Leveled up to level 5 there. I think right now, currently, I'm only like level 8 or 9. And then you go to the Dark Zone and you have a separate rank there, your Dark Zone rank. And I'm like level 13 right now, Dark Zone rank. Oh, this guy's actually not named. Or wait, yeah, he does have a name. Okay, I couldn't really read it from here. But yeah, this is the badass guy, and he's sending some dudes with some bats trying to screw me over there. It's pretty far away, so your accuracy is kind of shit that far away with the gun I have. I had like a basic, you know, at this point I still had like the most basic assault rifle you could get, which I could have changed because I did pick up some better stuff, but for this part I didn't for some reason or another. That guy's tearing me up with his minigun. Every time I pop out to get his little henchman here, he tries to get me. But I'm able to get him out anyways. And all of that they're dropping is either loot or ammo or med packs, which loot you do have to hold square to pick up, but ammo and med packs you just run over them and you automatically pick them up if you're in need of either of those two things. Right there was some ammo, and then you'll see those little ones that look kind of like backpacks. Those are usually med packs. Try to go at this angle with him. It didn't really work. Couldn't get a good shot. Really, the trick with this guy is just wait for his gun to overheat or him reload, and then you just pop out and take your shots. A little bit of a waiting game, but you can knock him down pretty easily. On hard, he's a lot harder because I believe his level is 8, and it just takes so much longer to get that armor down. Right now it's just me versus him, and we're gonna wait for him to overheat, knock him down a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough ammo. I could have kept going. Got a little closer to him. Alright, now that his armor's down, this rest of this part's gonna be pretty easy. And knock up and oh, well, if I would have reloaded there, I probably could have picked him off the rest of the way. But here we go. Alrighty, and that was the end of the mission. As you can see, I get I get 100 medical supplies, some experience points, and some loot. This guy dropped some loot for me, a guard bag and some other stuff. And yeah, that was the first like main mission and the only mission really that you main mission that you get to play in the beta. The rest of the beta really focuses on the dark zone and letting you, just go out there and link up with some buddies and get some awesome loot there in the dark zone, which I'll show in a video here in the future, maybe either tomorrow or the next day. I think I'm gonna put up a whole video of just me going through the dark zone. It really is a lot funner. The dark zone is a lot funner when you actually do link up with somebody. If you're running around by yourself, it's not really all that entertaining. But I'll show you guys a video of that here soon. But yeah, that was the first main mission that you really do in the game, and like I said, it was the only one they really let you do. And also, obviously you can replay this mission, you can make it harder for yourself, and put it on hard and do it by yourself. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd put it on hard and try to go with a couple buddies. But yeah, that was The Division. What do you guys think about it? I really like this game, man. I'm really thinking about just going ahead and doing the pre-order after doing this beta. After this video, after I do this, I'm going to go right back into it and play some more. I really do like this game. I think they really nailed the MMO RPG third-person shooter thing going for it. It's just a really, really neat game, especially if you link up with people, It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody on your friends list. They do have a pretty intuitive matchmaking system in place where you can immediately just link up with somebody. So, anyways, that was Tom Clancy's The Division beta. Let me know what you guys think. How'd you guys like this? If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the show, and have a great day.